Assalamu alaikum, Dareecha family. Hope you're all well. So, are you ready for the story? Let's get started.
Once there was a cute little lamb who loved to play around, eat, hop, and enjoy the beautiful forest where he lived with his family. He was ever enthusiastic and was always looking for a new adventure every day. One day, while he was playing in the forest, he got the idea of visiting his grandmother who lived on the other end of the forest. He told his mother about his plan, but she refused by saying that he must not go alone as it is too dangerous out there. But the rebellious spirit as he was, he left the following morning without informing his mother. He was singing and hopping with joy and enthusiasm. I'm going to visit my granny. I'll eat and sleep and feast. I'll become a chubby lamb. I'm going to visit my granny. But little did he know that he was being followed by a hungry wolf who was waiting for a chance to pounce on the poor thing. When the little lamb was almost halfway through, he started feeling frightened as it was getting dark and he was most probably losing his way. Suddenly, he noticed a seemingly friendly wolf and thought of asking for help. He was least aware of the intentions of the wolf, who was overwhelmed at his luck seeing the food coming towards him by itself. He pretended to be a sage old fellow who was more than happy to help a lost kid, but the wolf couldn't resist his temptation for long, and his greedy eyes and watery mouth revealed his plans along with his words. My little lamb, I would have been happy to help you, but at this moment I'm just thinking of eating your yummy meat and satisfy my hunger. The lamb became even more frightened than he was before. His legs started to tremble and he couldn't think of anything and started praying underneath his breath. He suddenly remembered his chime and repeated the same words in front of the wolf. I'm going to visit my granny. I'll eat and sleep and feast. I'll become a chubby lamb. I'm going to visit my granny. He got tears in his eyes and he requested the wolf to spare his life. What would you get by eating a skinny little lamb like me? Let me become chubby and plump and then you can eat me to your heart's content, proposed the little lamb. The wolf, after thinking for a moment, allowed the lamb to leave. This did not last long, as he soon came across a lion who too was greedily looking at the lamb to eat it all up. So the frightened yet clever little lamb used the same trick to save his life by saying, I'm going to visit my granny. I'll eat and sleep and feast. I'll become a chubby lamb. I'm going to visit my granny. What would you get by eating a skinny little lamb like me? The lion too fell for it, in hope to get tastier meat to eat and let the lamb leave. The lamb let out a sigh of relief and ran as fast as he could. He was about to reach his grandmother's house when he saw a jackal approaching. His encounter with the previous two hunters let him realize that trouble was approaching. So as soon as the jackal came near, the lamb at once started repeating his jingle. I'm going to visit my granny. I'll eat and sleep and feast. I'll become a chubby lamb. I'm going to visit my granny. Then you can eat me however you like. The jackal felt greedy at the thought of eating a plumper and yummier meat. This trick worked this time too. Once he was sure that he was out of danger, he ran without even looking back. Upon reaching his grandmother's house, he felt safe and hugged his grandmother tight, telling her the whole story while still out of breath. His grandmother tried to calm him down and gave him yummy food to eat. Meanwhile, his poor mother was crying and praying for his safe return while looking for him everywhere. When it was time for the return, the lamb's grandmother decided to hide him in a drum and help him reach home safely. She sent a bird with him to ensure his safe journey and advised the bird not to tell anyone about his presence in the drum. So the loyal bird did as he was told. They met the jackal, the lion and the wolf on their way, who asked the bird about the lamb, which in return told them that he doesn't know of any lamb. But life is not too easy for a disobeying child. The wolf could sense that the bird was hiding something in the drum, so he followed them. As the bird started rolling the drum hastily, it hit a stone on its way and it fell to pieces. Aha, the wolf was right. There was a surprise inside the big drum. Seeing no way to escape his death, the lamb was terrified. He started running for his life and circling around a well, which resulted in saving him from the wolf, because the wolf tipped and fell into the well. The frightened little lamb couldn't run anymore, and he was ashamed for not listening to his mother when at last he gathered some courage and got up to go home. He saw his mother approaching. He ran towards her and apologized for being disobedient because he had learned his lesson the hard way. He also promised never to go against his parents' will. So that's all. And how did you like today's story? And I would love to ask a few questions from you too. Tell me, who was your favorite character from the story? And do you also become rebellious like the lamb and disobey your elders? And have you ever had to pay for your disobedience like the lamb had to? Please do answer these questions in the comment section, and I am more than happy to answer your questions in return. And if you have any suggestions, any advice, or any request of any story, you're more than welcome. And see you next time with another story. Bye.